What's going on, Ken? What are you up to on this great Friday? What's going on, Reed? Happy Friday, my friend. TGIF, as the kids I think still say. I'm not sure. I know I'm looking forward to it. What is up with you, Reed? Ken says not much. Well, hopefully it's going to be a good weekend for you. We got our big ham fest. The biggest ham fest in the Twin Cities area of Minnesota is tomorrow. So, pretty busy weekend. Home from POTA. Oh, I just missed you because I'm probably going to go look for some POTA stations. So, just missed out on that timing there. Yeah, we're going to bounce around. 10 meters has been a lot of fun this week overall. Not sure if any of you have been on 10, but it's been a ton of fun. So I want to see what that sounds like. Typically, about this time, maybe 4 o'clock. Oh, my chat's messed up. We don't want that. Let me adjust my chat box here. It's getting all out of whack here. Okay, let's move that. There we go. This should work out. Yeah, 10 meters has been a blast. So I want to see what that sounds like. Japan usually starts to come in late afternoon. Yeah, tomorrow's event is Midwinter Madness Ham Fest. It is the largest ham fest in the Twin Cities, and it's out in Buffalo tomorrow morning. So I'm getting ready for that. I will be out there. So looking forward to that. All right, let's move this up a little bit. Actually, no, let's move this over here. That'll be easier. Since you can tell I got super prepared. There we go. Let's roll with that. But so if you're free tomorrow, I'd recommend it. I personally haven't been to Midwinter yet because since I moved back to Minnesota, it's COVID, and then I think last year something came up I couldn't go. So I'm really looking forward to it. It might be a little chilly in there tomorrow, but it should be a good time. There we go. All right, let's bounce around here on 10. I don't have my software up, by the way, so you can see my frequency, but it's okay. We'll make do. All right, let's check out the POTA website, see who's out there. Yeah, if you want more information, like the details, the address, the time, all that stuff, it's like $10, by the way, to get in. Go to minnesotahamradio.com and then click on events, and you'll see it listed there on the event calendar. That is all the information you need. Has anybody been working 10 meters? Because I've been working 10 meters a lot this week, and it's been awesome, which is kind of rare. This early in the spring, up here this far north, it's kind of rare, so I've been really enjoying it. I'm about to call CQ here.
CQ, KJ7ROD, KJ7ROD.
Pretty strong.
Kilo Juliet 7.
Let me turn up the radio here for you.
Calling CQ, KJ7ROD.
There we go. It's been wide open in Mass. That's awesome. I mean, usually it's a little bit more towards summer for us, but it's been really good, especially for DX.
CQ.
Let's give this guy a call.
KJ7ROD, KJ7ROD. Calling CQ.
This is James in Arizona. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Someone's right
Kilo
below us.
Zero Lima Whiskey Charlie. Gosh, I hope I got that right.
You got it right, K0LWC.
Good afternoon, sir. This is Jim in South Florida. Wishing you the best of the day.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I see we worked a couple days ago here on 10 meters. Good to hear you again, Jim. You're sounding great up here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. Name is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango. Over.
Hey, Matt. How you doing, partner?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just wrapping up the work week and thought I'd check to see how 10 meters sounds. Sounds pretty good.
Well, with your pretty little voice in there and your golden tones, it's even getting better, Matt.
I'm not scared about that. Well, how am I doing down your way? You're about 5'8", 5'9" here.
5'5" down here, Matt. 5'5" in South Florida. Good audio, though, sir.
I'll take the 5'5". I'll take what I can get. But, yeah, you sound great here. All right, well, let you keep calling CQ. Just want to let you know that you're being heard out here. And, yeah, beautiful signal up here in the Midwest. So, 73, Jim, have fun with it. Enjoy the opening. 10 meters sure sounds good here at first glance.
Well, it's been kind of dry, to be honest with you. I've only had 2 or 3 contacts. They've been at it for a couple of hours now. So.
Wow.
But anyway, man, I appreciate the contact, sir. You be well, be safe, and thank you for the comeback. Don't mean to chase you away from the frequency. You're more than welcome to sit here and
Hey, what's going on,
tell me
Tom?
how handsome I am and how good looking you are.
Happy Friday. Yeah, thanks so much, Jim. Have a good weekend. We're looking forward to it up here. It's our big Hamfest weekend up here in Minnesota, so should be a fun one. 73, Jim. KJ7ROD, K0LWC, just outside of Minneapolis. Take care.
Hey, Roger, man. K0LWC, 73 is from KJ7ROD. Be well, sir, and be safe. We're clear?
All right, so, and I'll tell you, I've had just a pipeline to Florida this week, the whole week. It's just like I work right around this time as like gray line just starts to kind of get close. Working right up that line as the sunset goes across the country, man. Florida is just like every contact, Florida, 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 which is not uncommon. If you look at my logbook and you were to map it, it's a bunch of Florida, a ton of Florida. And so it's not that rare, but I'm getting like 20, 25 over S9 reports, although that one was a 5 and 5, so pretty light. Let's see what else we can stir up here. Let me save that. I got to change my power output. We are running the amplifier here in the shack today. Let's see who's on POTA on 10. Quite a bit. Showing 18 active spots on POTA. All right. Who from this list would probably be somebody I could talk to? Let's take a look. Texas. Texas is pretty good typically. They're saying 349. 28.349. Let's see. I don't know. Pretty quiet. Yeah, I'm not hearing the POTA station. I'm hearing others. All right, let's do Oregon. West Coast for me is always pretty easy pickings. 366. Yep, this will be a good one. This is 28.366. And it's W7KNB. Put him in here. All right, let's give him a call. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, Matt in Minnesota. Nice signal, nice audio. 5'9" into Park Kilo 2857 QSL.
QSL, thanks so much for the 5 and 9. You are 5'5", 55 here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
Copy the 5'5" in Twin Cities of Minnesota. How's the weather?
Well, sunny and 14 degrees, so I guess you got to take the good with the bad.
There you go. Well, I guess the positive is it's not snowing. We got a beautiful day today here. It's going to be 60 for the first time, I want to say this year. So we're enjoying that out here on activation. But anyway, thank you very much for the 5-5 from Minnesota and 73. And thanks for running.
All right, 73. Enjoy that beautiful weather and have fun with the activation. Thanks so much for being out there. W7KNB, K0LWC. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. QRZ.
See, that was an easy one. West Coast is always really easy for me. Oregon, California, Washington, Vancouver area. All of those are pretty easy for me. All right. Who else can we talk to out there? On POTA, 10 meter. Let's listen for Idaho. Idaho is usually pretty good for me, too. 28.390. Let's see if we hear anything here. So, if you just joined, give me your weekend plans. What are you doing this weekend? I think most of you know now. I'm going to the Hamfest tomorrow here in the Twin Cities. I will be there all day. I will be manning the DMR table for the DMR group here in Minnesota, so helping them out. I will be there for the entire thing. But hopefully you're doing something fun. I'm not hearing anything on 390 at all. So Idaho, no go. Here's, what is that, Nova Scotia? 432. Let's take a listen on 28.432 for VE1SK. Oof. Need that drink. Nah, pretty quiet there. Not hearing much. Trying to figure out how to lower the noise floor on 10. What kind of noise do you have, Mark? How bad is it? Oh, portable ops in Bahrain. I wish I was going to be on the air for that. I'd try to hear you. I've been hearing a lot of actually Middle East stuff.
In Michigan, that had a Yaesu. They're a good sounding radio, and that Heil is a good microphone.
Let's see here.
They make excellent microphones. So are you good to gun roll?
I recognize this voice. I can't think of his call sign, though. 28.452.
November 6th, Papa, Golf, Quebec. W4RJC, 59 in Arizona.
Let's see what this is going on here. S3 Plus. Have you tried turning off all the breakers in your house except for where your shack is to see if it's internal to your house or if it's external to your house? That would be what my first step would be. Sounds like someone's working contest style here from Arizona.
November 6th, Papa, Golf, Quebec. November Kilo 4 Delta, was that it?
And to give you a sense, Mark, my noise on 10 is basically it's S0. Like I don't have a noise floor with no preamp turned on. So no preamp, it's S0. So yeah, typically there's definitely some noise getting in somewhere, but the first thing you gotta suss out is
CQ10, W1AW, portable 7. There's a weak one there. Whiskey Bravo something?
Oh, 1 second, my my video is freaking out. There we go. Got to come back up here.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Whiskey Alpha Japan.
There we go.
Is that it?
I really got to learn my lesson and put my phone in airplane mode. Shack is separate from the house. I'd still try that, Mark, to see if it's still coming from your house or a neighbor. Generally speaking, it depends on your antenna, too. What antenna are you running? I'm curious. That'd be my next question. But I'd still turn the power off to your house, except for your shack. Or if your shack is completely electrically separate, I'd still do it to see if it's coming from your house. But I'd also want to know what your antenna is. Somebody just came on 450 here from Alberta, but it sounds like they're right next to somebody else.
Echo 1, Romeo Kilo, QRZ.
Whiskey 7, Kilo Zulu.
All right, let's see what's going on here. This is 28505.
The Kilo Gold 4 again.
Kilo Delta 4, Hotel Golf Romeo.
Okay, Kilo Delta 4 only. Kilo Delta 4 only. Come again?
Yeah, I mean, if this is a new thing that with a new antenna, then I'd look toward the antenna being a potential issue.
Whiskey 7,
Tom, only S8, S9, and all the bands, Tom? That bad on all the bands? Yeah, my antenna, you know, I definitely have some noisy neighbors. Thankfully, 10's not really affected. 75 and 80 for me is pretty much unusable, like at all. It's S9, so unless someone's running some major power, it's really not that great. Beyond that, like 20 meters for me, S2 noise, it's not too bad. 40 can be S3 to S4. Again, a lot of this is my neighbor next door to me. But when you have like it depends. If you have a really high gain antenna, you can pick up noise from farther away because you have more receive gain on your antenna. And also, if it's a higher up antenna, like we all like to have our antennas high, the higher it is, the further away it can pick up more noise. So sometimes having a really crappy antenna is not a bad thing because you're not as impacted by noisy neighbors, or if you live near a business area, something like that. But I get lucky, but you know what kills me here is Christmas time. Oh my goodness, the lights, the Christmas lights. Everyone's got Christmas lights in my area because in Minnesota, it's not a bad thing to do because you can have them out for a long time because it's cold and snowy all the time. But they just kill me. In the wintertime, you can tell as soon as Thanksgiving hits, that next day, everyone turns all their Christmas junk on, and my noise floor goes up. It's the worst time of the year. Some people love Christmas, but it is the worst time of the year from a radio perspective.
Florida, enjoying the vacation, of course. I thank you for the report from there. You sound excellent. Picking S9.
All right, let's try to grab this guy. Great signal. He's 5'9" here.
Well, QSL, thank you so much for that. Enjoy the afternoon, and thank you for being on the air.
My pleasure, Mr. Tracy. See you next time, my friend. Enjoy Florida. This is X-Ray, Echo 1, Romeo Kilo.
All right, so Mexico, this is Ralph in Mexico City, Mexico. I'm pretty sure I've talked to Ralph before. Great signal out of Mexico City.
Okay, the Kilo 9er only, please.
Yeah, there's definitely some QSB, but he's 5'9".
Roger.
Oh, you're in a dense area, like, so you're like in a city, like a dense urban area, Tom. Yeah, that's no good. I used to live in the city. When I used to live out west in a different part of the U.S., it definitely was worse for noise. I live in a suburban area, but I got some really nasty, noisy neighbors around me. My immediate next-door neighbor has really gross, leaking PoE security cameras that just are spewing RFI, like really bad. So that makes things tough for sure.
Bye. This is X-Ray.
Let's try to get in here.
Romeo Kilo. I will take one more before I go to lunch.
Kilo India 7.
Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie.
Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. Come again?
Broke it? Yeah, X-Ray Echo 1, Romeo Kilo. From Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. 5'9", beautiful signal here, Ralph, in the northern U.S. in the state of Minnesota.
Okie dokie. But
that's where having an amp helps.
I have a little trouble with the computer here. Give me the call one more time. You're strong, but give me the call again, please.
Yeah, sure. Call sign here is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie. K0LWC. QSL?
Okay, Matt, I got you, my friend. Of course, I got you. You're strong here. Problem was my keyboard here. You picking 10 over from Minnesota. Beautiful. Big signal. QSL?
QSL, thanks so much. Yeah, a little bit of QS Baker here, but I mean, you're a beautiful 5'9" up this way, so you sound fantastic. Don't let me stand in your way between yourself and lunch and or dinner. So I'll say 73, Ralph. Beautiful signal this way. Thanks for taking my call here on 10 meters.
It's all my pleasure, Matt. Thank you so much for the night report from Maple Grove, Minnesota. This is your audio. Listen this.
USL, thanks so much. Yeah, a little bit of
that sounds pretty good.
Here, but I mean, you're a beautiful 5'9" up this way, so you sound fantastic. Don't let me stand in your way between yourself and lunch and or dinner. So
you must have an anon.
I'll say 73, Ralph. Beautiful signal.
Hey, what's going on, Ringway? Good to see you.
Have a beautiful weekend, Matt, and thank you so much for the report. See you next time. Enjoy the weekend.
73, Ralph. Thanks so much for playing that back. You must have an anon there. Is that what that was?
Whiskey Baker 2, Tango Queen Echo.
Dang, that bro's got an echo on 10 meters. He's running an export radio for sure. You don't hear too many echo mics, and that's not an echo like from an audio interface. That's like a straight up radio echo from CB radio days. There's a few houses down. Yeah, if you can get someone locally to help you, again, what I would do if I were you, Mark, shut off the power to your house, see what that does. Run your radio off a battery, or if it's on its own circuit and you're good to go. If that doesn't do anything, then you could start doing the RFI hunting, which is an art form all of its own. It's funny, my neighbors next door, they're horrendous, but they actually let me come into their house, turn all their breakers off, and I was able to actually find a few noisy, cheap Amazon things that they bought, and I was like, can you please get rid of these? I'll pay you for them. They didn't, take the money from me, but they did throw away some wireless charging pads that were just junk, because it was just blasting me at the RFI. I turned on the radio, and all I would get was the pulsing from the wireless charging mats. So all I can say is, start with your place and work out from there. There's plenty of good information online about how to hunt down and track down RFI, so definitely look into that. Yeah, dude, that dude's got an echo. For real. What's going on across the pond, Ringway? Must be Friday night over there. A little radio fun.
Sierra Bravo, Kilo India 7, Romeo, Sierra Bravo. KI7, Romeo Sugar Baker. This is WB2CQE. You're 5-5, 55 in Florida, over.
I would love to just sit here to see if anyone says anything to this guy. Because again, that's not an ESSB echo. That's like my radio has an echo board in it, echo. We're up at 28.510, by the way.
KW into a 7 element Mosley Yagi antenna up about 30 meters.
This guy's 5'9". Sounds great.
A gorgeous day, and looking out the window on my antenna farm here. Antennas growing everywhere. They're sprouting up out of this desert land here like crazy on my 2.5 acres. Okay, good to meet you again. Let's see, I'm trying to figure out where you are. Well, I'll catch that next time. But I'm 200 miles northeast of Los Angeles, out here by Death Valley, at a place called China Lake Naval Air Warfare Center, QSL.
Very good, Mike. Yeah, I'll probably copy that. You also
Well, that must be some DX there.
a little bit of QSB, but you need to get it down there.
I wonder where he's at.
I heard you work in the region. Quite detailed stuff. I'm not sure what it was. Could have been off the back of the beam, but
It must be somebody from overseas in the EU, from the accent.
this is very, very sharp.
All right, 73, Ken. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good Friday night.
I played around with a little
Yeah, it's got to be some DX there.
And a guy told me about you can do playback. Just record yourself at the VK, and I wonder with your permission if I could try.
He's very weak, though. He's like
But I'm still learning how to do
S1. He's right on the edge of the noise there.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the VK had his compression very high, and I had him
There we
turn
go.
it off, and it was better. I told him he was very echoey to me as well. But anyway, we got that sorted out, and had a good signal. Of course, he was only running 100 watts on a sloper.
Hey, what's going on from
Even
Vegas?
then, his audio was just really
Send some of those
punching in
warm
there.
temperatures up here,
As
would you?
is yours, but you don't have all that compression.
My
on.
weather station here shows
So it just makes
15.1
it very, very
degrees.
comfortable to
Better than it was
listen
this
to your
morning.
signal there, over.
Today, see compression on sound, which is really high on the 7300.
All right, let's find.
You spelled out the words with a little bit of abbreviation. Now, on CW, there's heavy abbreviation, and unless you know the abbreviation,
This is
you're lost on the CW. I don't have a clue what they're talking about. I mean,
So does Getty.
I'm talking about heavy abbreviation. I don't know if
Again,
you know
if you're
what I'm
just
talking
joining,
about, but I've
we're just
listened
bouncing
to a
around
couple
HF,
of
obviously,
QSOs,
but
and,
also curious to what you're going to be doing this weekend. As I told the followers that have been around for a while, it's Hamfest weekend here in the Twin Cities. The biggest Hamfest of the year is tomorrow, so that's what I'll be doing. And I'm doing some modifications to my 7300 tomorrow. I can't really talk about it just yet. There's kind of an NDA. I really can't say what the project is just yet, but it's going to be cool. If you have a 7300, you're going to want to see what I'm going to be doing to my 7300 because I think you're going to want it. And what I'm working on, what I'm testing for, will become a product that will be for sale from a company up here. So stick around for that. Yeah, I don't hear the other side of this conversation either.
Into FMS, KB6GHF. Harold, did I lose you?
Nothing there. And now we're bouncing up to the top part of 10 meters here. Let's go up to FM territory, 29.6. See if I even see any signals here. Nothing, nada. If you've never done 10 meter FM, by the way, I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. Should we call CQ for a little bit, guys? Hit me up in the chat. Should we call CQ? I think we should. I think we should find a frequency, the bottom half of the phone band plan, and just start throwing out calls. Crank up the amplifier. That's a must. And just start tossing out calls. I could also check 20 meters. I'm sure a lot of you out there that may have a radio in front of you would probably 20 would be probably pretty good right now for just about everybody out there. 10 meters is probably a little patchy. Let me take a look at how that's actually looking right now. By the way, has anybody seen the new visual HF propagation map? I posted a tweet, what was it, like a day or two ago about it. If you haven't checked it out, well worth your time to check out. If you've used the VHF propagation map where it uses APRS data to show tropospheric ducting, it's like the same thing, but for HF. Has anybody seen that? What's going on, Don? Good to see you in here. If you haven't checked out the HF propagation map, which again mimics the APRS VHF one, it's awesome. Still in development, but super cool. Anybody seen that yet? I know Don's going to say yes because I posted about it in one of our local Discord servers. But anybody else seen that one yet? If not, I'm going to totally show it to you. Let me bring that up. All right, let me show you this. It's pretty neat. I've been playing with it. It's pretty darn accurate. It's not perfect. It has some weirdness to it, and that just goes based on the data it's pulling in, but it is pretty nice. Let me see. Where am I going to send you here? Okay. All right, this is the tool right here. Make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So this is what the tool looks like. Pretty straightforward, right? Click in your part of the country where you're at. It'll put a black star on the map. And then you can go band by band and look at propagation. And this is pulling in data from multiple sources to do this. Let me turn down the radio here for you. This is pulling in data from places like PSK Reporter, the DX Cluster Network, different places. And basically it's taking that data where they provide signal to noise ratio information and then mapping it visually. So you can say, where could I be heard on any band, both in digital, CW, and SSB? That's how it looks at things. So if I click the map, generally where I'm at, it's not perfect. Let's go to 10 meters. This is what 10 meters should be giving me right now. No surprise. SSB level is high enough, West Coast booming, which is very much what happens for me this time of day. Also, getting some down to Mexico It's showing here that I can make it in digitally to Mexico City, but we just heard I made a contact to Ralph in Mexico City, and he said I was like 5'7", 5'9", so no problem. And that's where I said it's not perfect, but it does give you a pretty good idea. It is showing, again, faint levels of propagation over to the Western EU. So if I go to 20 meters, this is what 20 meters looks like right now. And that's what I mean. Like 20 meters for all of you, everybody could probably hear me across the continental U.S., and then even into the EU, it's looking pretty good here in the northern half at SSB levels of signal to noise. 40 meters, too early. A lot more regional. Still off just to the East Coast where it's a little bit dark. Anybody play with this yet? Do you know it even existed? It is hf.dxview.org. And if you wonder where the VHF map went, it used to be hosted on a public school server. If you just type in vhf.dxview.org, you'll get the VHF map. I've been a long time user of the VHF propagation map to look for ducting. And again, this uses APRS data. But now the fact that he's done one for HF is super cool. Again, it needs some more tweaking and stuff, but it's in a pretty good spot already. So maybe some openings out here on the West Coast a little bit. Looks like Utah to Colorado's got a little bit of action going on. Salt Lake over to eastern Nevada. So, again, same programmer. And by the way, this guy's from Minnesota who made this. So that's super cool. He lives in Mountain Lake, Minnesota, who programs this. You can also get the maximum usable frequency, the MUF, for your area as well. So there's the MUF based on where it's at in different parts of the country. So just a super valuable tool. It's great. I mean, it's just a quick glance. Like if you're wondering, you know, how do the bands look today? The first thing you jump on the radio, you bring this up and use it that way. So it's a nice tool. Is it perfect? No, but I wouldn't expect it to be perfect either. So it is nice. And Don, look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I expect you to come hunt me down at the DMR table at the Hamfest tomorrow. Ooh. Little 6-meter action in Wisconsin there. So yes, I will be hanging out at the Minnesota DMR tables all day tomorrow. All right, so let's find an open frequency. We're gonna try. Let's try 330. Some big signals down here in the bottom half of the phone portion.
So expensive right now, and I can hear it in your voice, you know. But
this guy's about 10 over us now. This is 28.385.
Yeah, everything is expensive. You know, if I was going to replace the whole door, and I found out by the time they come take the old one down, put a new one in, it'd be like $3,500. And I'm like, oh my God,
yeah, this guy's just booming.
Do I really want to do that? So I went out and finally just slowed down and analyzed.
All right, let's drop her down to 28.333. That's where I'm going to be here. Is this frequency in use? K0LWC. Looks pretty clear. I don't see many signals going on here. All right, let's go for it. I'm going to use the voice key, save my voice. I've had a little bit of a throat thing going on with being sick due to my 3-year-old. Thank you. So let's use the voice key. All right, we're calling CQ 28.333. So if you got a radio, especially if you're on the West Coast and you got 10 meters, give it a listen. 28.333.
Calling CQ 10 meters. CQ 10 meters from Kilo 0 Lima.
Let's see what we can get fishing. A little fishing on 10 meters.
Calling CQ 10 meters. CQ 10 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Calling CQ 10 meters. CQ 10 meters from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. QRZ.
Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Whiskey Zulu.
Kilo Charlie 0 Delta Whiskey Zulu. Well, good afternoon. Nothing wrong with a little bit of ground wave.
Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit choppy, but we'll get through.
Yeah, you're about 5 and 2, 52 here. How am I doing your way?
Yeah, about the same. I cranked up the gain and brought you up to about a 5.5, but I can hear you just fine, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, if you're listening, you're a Q5 copy, no problems whatsoever. And remind me again, you've got a dipole up, don't you?
This one is an NFED. It's a random length or non-resident length NFED, so, it's a compromise on everything. The only dipole I have right now is a 40-meter dipole.
Okay, well, it's doing awesome for you. And when do you anticipate you're going to get that beautiful new amp online?
Well, I'm picking up the tuner tomorrow afternoon. I'm buying it from another fella in the Stillwater Club. And I just ordered a power meter. I have a 200 watt, but that won't do.
And this is Don Z from the chat, everybody.
Connection cables, and I want to check the amp out first inside. I want to take the cover off and look at it. So I'm hoping maybe Sunday, but it might be about a week after I get back from the trip.
Oh, I'm excited for that because, boy, it's going to make everything easier. You'd be stronger here. And certainly, boy, it's going to make it great for you to jump on. Like, I've noticed, obviously, a huge difference. Like 40 meters makes a massive difference, especially if you got a lower antenna NBIS to throw that amount of power off the ground, reflect it back up. So, yeah, you're gonna love it. I have no question about that.
Yeah, I think so. In fact, I wish I had it last night. There was an Israeli station coming in 5.9. I just couldn't break through the pileup. I think if I had the amp, I would have been able to make it.
Yeah, those are the ones now where they won't get away as easy, and you'll break pileups on the first or second try, and you'll just be a better position for a lot of those weaker signals. So yeah, I know for me, it certainly made things a lot more enjoyable, a lot easier than having to call sometimes 20 or 30 times and cross your fingers.
Yep, I hear you. So we'll see. The fear I have is the RF in the shack. So I know you had to do a couple things with chokes, etc. So I've got a bunch of chokes I can probably apply if I need to. It's just a matter of trying to hunt down the problems when they arise.
Yeah, that's one thing an amp will do for you. If you have a problem in your antenna system or something is not quite what it should be, when you kick the power in, you will notice it right away.
That's what I've been told. So the other thing is I want to redo my ground, not redo, I just want to clean up my ground rod and all the ground connections outside the shack and just make sure everything is pristine. Might not do that before I try to get it on the air, but I know I have to do it sometime this spring.
Oh, yes. It sounds like a good spring project when everything thaws out. I know that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting back outside and making some adjustments once we can actually venture outside and actually feel our hands. That's always a plus, right? But speaking of hands, my goal tomorrow is to come home empty-handed. Otherwise, I'm going to be in real trouble with the YL.
I'll let you get on to other folks who can call you in, because I'll see you tomorrow. I have a 4 o'clock thing. I'm going to be practicing CW on C-band with another fellow in Arizona. So I will say 73, but thanks for the screen. Thanks for taking my call, and hopefully you'll have some more folks come back at you.
All right. Thanks so much, Don. Thanks for hopping in there, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Roger, Roger. Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, Kilo Charlie 0, Delta Whiskey Zulu, 73.
73. This is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilo 4, Papa India Mike.
Is that Kilo 4, Papa India Mike?
QSL, this Kilo 4, Papa India Mike in Florida. You're 5x7 near Orlando. And the villages, my name is Pim Papa India Mike, Mr. Goldstein, over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, you're 5759 up here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. Sounding good. A little bit of QS Baker on the bands today, but yeah, 5759 just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Well, Georgia, I would think to Minneapolis. I bet it's a little chillier than here. I see your name is Matthew, QSL.
QSL, yep, you got it. By the way, I'll put you down as a 5'9".
Oh, Georgia, good to hear. My rig is an ICOM 756 Pro 2. I'm putting about 500 watts to an ICOM ICTKL amplifier of, let's say, 300-400 watts into a vertical 31-foot vertical width. That's all I got here to get away with. And due to the HOAs in the villages, most people have flagpoles, but I managed to get this up and seems to do an okay job, of course, with the tuner over.
Yeah, I'd say it's doing a fantastic job. You can't complain with a 5.9 report. So, yeah, I'd say you're doing fantastic. You're sounding really, really good. I'm just running I'm running an ICOM 7300, about 600 watts right now into a doublet up at about 55 feet here, strung up in the trees.
Oh, it sounds pretty good. Yeah, very good sound, very good audio. Typical of the ICOM.
That is
ICOM
true.
rigs, everybody is
Can't beat the audio.
That sounds good. So, and I understand my older ICOM sounds pretty good too. I've had compliments on the audio. So, in any case, the weather here is nice. About 82 degrees, sunny, a little breezy. What's it up in Minneapolis? Over.
Well, as you can imagine, Pim, not as good as you. We're currently sitting at 12.7 degrees, but it is sunny, so I guess that's something, right?
Well, Joe, it's nice when it's sunny. I used to live up there for a year and a half, so pretty good idea what it's like. It's a very nice area. It's like the cold winters, and the summers are beautiful. Back over to you, Matt. K4PIM.
Yep, absolutely. If you like a nice summer, Minnesota's not a bad place to be. But if you don't like winter, absolutely not a good place to be. All right, Pim, I'm going to keep calling CQ, rolling down the logbook here. So thanks so much. 73. Enjoy that wonderful Florida weather. You won't catch me down there come July or August, though. 73. K4PIM, K0LWC.
Roger. K0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Kilo 4 Papa India Mike. 73.
73, Pim. This is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ.
Kilo 0.
28.333. A couple weak ones in there. A couple weak stations in there. Try it again.
Kilo 0, November Echo Sierra.
There we go. Well, there's a viewer. Good afternoon, Scott. K0NES, K0LWC, 5-151 here in Minnesota.
Got to 5 and 9 on Vegas. Little 857 in my truck at work on a 8-pad 127.
Yeah, it's doing the job for you. In fact, you came up there a little bit, 5-2, 52. So you're fine. It's just you're right kind of close to the noise floor. And then when you come off the peaks on the radio, like if you had compression, I don't know if that radio has it. If you had just like a little bit of compression on your audio, I bet you it would help massively. Because from the way your signal is behaving, it kind of looks like maybe you don't have compression turned on, or maybe it doesn't have it.
I'm pretty much a noob at this, so I'm just learning a lot on it.
Yeah, I said compression kind of helps keep your power up a little higher, and it keeps the peaks hanging a little higher. So it just helps when you're kind of in your situation where you're right there on the edge. But no, you sound good. In fact, I'll revise you again to a 5-3, 5-3. So Q5 copy on the audio, S3 in the signal, hence the 5-3. And did I remember right? You said I was 5-9 down your way today?
That is correct.
Hey, I'll take a 5-9 out to Vegas. Hopefully I'll get out your way sometime soon. Vegas is still on the bucket list to get to. Haven't been, but want to get there and try to blow some money.
Well, make sure you let me know when you're going to come out on it. Yeah, I'm going to drag you.
I'll make sure I let you know. I said it's definitely on the list. All right, 73, Scott, thanks so much for hopping in there and saying hello and for tuning in today. I do appreciate it. All right, 73, Scott. Take care. I'll break there with K0NES. This is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie on 28.333 QRZ. All right, we'll go to the voice here. So again, 28.333 is what we're operating here. I'm not surprised that I was so strong out to Scott, because West Coast this time of day again, it just booms on 10 meter. Because again, 10 meter is going to kind of follow where the sun's going.
Norway 6, Mexico.
Oh boy, there's a familiar big signal. Norway 6, Mike. Good afternoon, Joe. K0LWC 59 plus into Minnesota.
Oh, QSL, thank you for the 5 and 9 plus. All the signals out of Minnesota have been awesome here in the last 20 minutes.
You are 5 and 9 plus 20.
Yeah. Now, there is a report that you have to love, right? That's a good one. Thanks for the wonderful report. You can jot that down here as long as I have my logbook opened up. Yeah, you're about the same this way. And yeah, I mean, boy, 10 meters has been a lot of fun here the last handful of days, both DX-wise and even stateside. And yeah, all you California guys have just been booming for me all week long.
Oh, yeah, QSL. It's been good here, too.
I do still use ham shack hotline.
This last over, it was 5 and 9 plus 20, and I saw it bounce a little above 20 on voice peaks. Just awesome. We had really good European DX a couple hours ago that lasted most of the morning. Shannon, Ireland, the UK, Poland,
Nice.
Italy, Sweden. It was a cornucopia of European DX.
Oh, I know what you mean, boy. I think it was maybe about 3 days ago. We had, I can't remember what time of day. I want to say about mid-afternoon, early afternoon. I mean, the European stations here on 10 were 5 to 10 over S9 out of Austria, out of Ukraine. I mean, it was just beautiful. It was like as strong as we are right now, but coming out of the EU, which is saying something because I just got a little doublet up at 55 feet. So when I start hearing stations come out of the EU, and not just one like mega station, but like multiple stations out of the EU at 5.9 plus, that's when I get excited.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the way it was this morning. I was logging stuff in
That's
the
funny, Scott.
10 and 20 over. Shannon, Ireland came in at 20 over S9 to me.
Well, that's awesome. And you guys, I think, isn't it West Coast typically? That's the EU is a little bit tougher, a little bit more rare for you West Coast folks, if I understand correctly.
Oh, yeah, and I'm starting to get that cycle 19 feeling about 25.
Woo, that's what I'm talking about.
It just keeps impressing me more and more as we move forward on it.
Dagobah system?
But yeah,
What the movie is
I
that?
haven't put Europe in the log for a long time, and it's only been in the last couple of 3 weeks that I've put Europe in the log repeatedly. I mean, every once in a while we get a little bit, but I mean, and then to have it with S9 plus signals, it's just really amazing.
Oh, absolutely. I took a little fade there with the band. It took you all the way from 5 and 9 to about 5 and 3, but that's kind of how 10 meters has been all day. Like it comes in, but there's a very slow fade back and forth with the QSB. But again, no problems whatsoever. Yeah, I said, where we're at here in the middle of the country, we kind of get stuck between two things. I get quite a bit of EU. EU is pretty easy for me typically, but not that strong usually. And then also I do pretty well South Pacific, Japan, Indonesia, although I'm sure all that stuff for you must be like shooting fish in a barrel.
Oh, yes, Matt, there's no doubt about it. I work JAs every afternoon on long path off the backside of the beam.
Wow.
And if I really am serious about it, and I turn the stack towards Japan, they're 5 and 9, and that's almost every day. And I can do that on 10, I can do it on 12, I can do it on 15, and I can do it on 20. My black hole is right around Madagascar. It's the
Madagascar is
east
tough.
coast
What's up,
of
Andy?
Africa at about
Welcome
halfway.
in. What's going on, brother?
And long pass, short pass, for me to get a signal in there is darn near impossible. Any place else, if they don't hear me, they don't want to hear me.
I know what you mean. That Indian Ocean's tough. I can get over to Madagascar, even on the wire at 50 feet. It's doable. I've gotten contacts over there. Of course, digital is easier, with FT8, FT4. But I even got an SSB contact over there. But boy, when it does happen, it is tough, really tough. Like, I mean, S1 and noise, and S2 if I'm lucky on a good day. See you later, Tom. So it's difficult. I think the struggle for me really is oftentimes the Middle East. I've gotten a few FT8s over there, not many. Israel, Saudi Arabia, Oman, anywhere in the traditional kind of Middle East area is definitely a real slog for me. So I don't know if it's just the antenna orientation where I'm at, in relation to that in the world, but maybe I should try moving my antenna, because anytime I try to get Middle East, I can usually hear them okay on the edge, but they can never hear me.
Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, Norway 6, Mike. Well, there's just an awful lot of Henry 5K Ultras sneaking around out there.
That's true.
I only run about 500 or 600 watts. I only have a 1 kW amplifier, and I don't like to push it up to the max.
What's going on,
so
David?
most of the time I only drive it with like 20 or 25 watts, and that gives me about 500 out. And I figured, if I can't work them with 500, the propagation is so poor that cranking it up to full power is only going to give me 3 more dB, and that's not going to get through the pileups. So I try to pick when it comes to some of these expeditions, I try to pick my time. And certainly not on the first day, and maybe not on the last day, but maybe towards the end.
That's the smart way to go
of the
about it, too.
expeditions. I have a lot better luck. Microphone to you.
Well, that's a good strategy. I do the same thing. It's usually I wait till the latter half of the expedition when all the big guns are done. Then I come out with my little wire. And yeah, I just have a little amplifier here too. Depending on the band, I can only push mine to about 600 here on 10. But other bands, I can push it up about 850, 875 if I'm really hammering the tubes hard with the drive. But if I can't do it on 600 to 800, like I said, it's I'm not going to go out and spend thousands more to maybe have a slightly better chance, of actually making it work. So I hear you. My little lamp and the wire, if that can't do it, the next step is my antenna, which I'm going to try to get a hex beam up this spring once the snow melts. That should be definitely a game changer all around, both in TX and in RX, of course. So, but all right, I'll let you go work some more stations. A beautiful signal, as always, here into the Midwest for you. I'm going to see what else is out there before it becomes dinner time for me over here. So 73, we got you in the logbook. Thanks for the call. Again, 20 over S9, N6MM, K0LWC.
Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, Norway 6, Mike. Fine business, Matt. You dropped on one of the overs, you dropped down to S9.
Closed.
But on the last one, you came back
said,
up to
we
S9
probably have better luck in the
10,
mornings.
And we're
like
bouncing
on 20
to
or
20 over
17.
on voice peak.
Maybe even 10.
So the
Because I
band
worked
is
over to
still in really
Amsterdam
good
numerous
shape,
times.
and we'll
But
send all the
definitely
best
more of
to
a morning
73s from our house down to yours. Hope the weather's not too screamingly bad back your way. Beautiful day in the San Francisco Bay Area. It's blue skies and bright sunshine and about 62 degrees. So all the best, sir. Keep up the good work, and we'll look for you in the pile-ups. Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, Norway 6. Mike is clear, and QSY.
All right, 73. We'll catch you in the pileups. This is K0LWC, QRZ. Oh boy, there's probably about 5 or 6 of you. Try it one more time.
California.
All right, we'll pick up the QRP station first out in California.
Whiskey 6 Victor Ocean, W6VO. How copy?
Yeah, W6VO QRP, you're 5151 in the Twin Cities of Minnesota.
All right. Well, you're doing about 5.9, a good solid copy. I've got very low noise. Handle here is Brad, Baker Roger Alpha Delta. We're up in the snow country, up to Mammoth
How's that,
Lake,
Andy?
if you know where
Yep, I do know where that is. Absolutely. And so when you say QRP, is it a pure 5 watts? What are you running power-wise? And if I missed it, I apologize.
Oh, no problem. It looks like I'm running about 15 watts.
15,
I've
okay.
got a little external battery to a KX3 with a pack antenna hanging out over the snow a couple of feet. So lots of snow over here, over.
Well, hey, we got that in common. We got a lot of snow over here in Minnesota as well. We got about 6 feet of it at the end of the driveway here. So I hear you.
Yeah, sorry about what we got here. I couldn't get the antenna up in the tree, so I'm on the top of the...
Let me know if that's better for you, Andy. I'll be curious.
Plow by the side of the road, QSL.
QSL, well, I'll be looking forward to, springtime. Let's just say that. I'm ready to be done with winter, so hopefully it won't be, too much longer. What's my report out to the California today where you're at, over? Oh, we took a fade on me there. I think you may have said 5 and 7. You took a bit of a fade there. Was it a S4 or an S7? S4, okay. So 5 and 4. All right, we got it down as a 5 and 4. Thanks so much for the call there from the West Coast. The QRP is doing the trick for you. 5 and 1, no problem. So 73, have fun with it out there.
All right, thanks for picking me up. Have a great day. K0LWC, WSXDO, will be good.
73, QRZ.
November 6th, Oscar Delta Golf.
All right, Kilo, November 6th, Oscar Delta Golf. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon as well from California. How's your day going today, sir? Hope it's nice and warm in that cold land of yours. Hi.
Well, 13.3 degrees, so I suppose cold is relative, right? It's a little bit chilly, but it is sunny, so it's hard to complain. You're about 5 and 6, 56 here in the suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota this afternoon, over.
Well, I'll take 5 and 6 any day. You are a 5'9", solid 5'9" in California. And, I guess cold is all relative. I grew up was born in Fridley, raised in Duluth. And I'll tell you what, as soon as I turned 18, I got the heck out of there. Because even 75 is cold for me these days. Hi.
I don't blame you. After college, I took off to Colorado and much more enjoyed the weather out there than here in Minnesota. So I feel you there. Thanks for the call from California. I appreciate the wonderful report. Have a great weekend and a great Friday night here. KN6ODG, K0LWC.
You have a wonderful weekend as well, and good DX. 73, KN6ODG.
73, this is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie on 28.333 QRZ. Let's go ending in whiskey.
Yeah, Kilo Quebec 4, Golf Echo Whiskey from the Florida Keys.
Oh, yes. Kilo Quebec 4 Golf Echo Whiskey, is that right? Was it KQ4 GEW?
GEW, yes, sir.
All right, very good. I feel like we just talked the other day, so good to hear you again coming in from the Florida Keys, John.
Yeah, Roger. I didn't get your call signal, just dialing by, and then I'm kind of, we're probably good. I'm like playing on the radio and trying to work.
I know what that's like. Yeah, you're sounding good here from the Florida Keys up in Minnesota. You're about 5152, 5152 today here into the land of snow and ice.
Yeah, Roger, you're 10 over, super strong on here, maybe a little more, believe it or not.
Oh, man, I'll take that one any day. Thanks for the contact, John, from the Florida Keys. I wish I was there, 73, and hope to catch you again. Take care.
Roger that. Thanks for picking me up. Have a good weekend.
All right, 73. This is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Let's go Kilo Alpha 1.
Complete call is Kilo Alpha 1, Foxtrot, Yankee, Yankee Matt.
55. Very good. Yeah, you are 5-5, 55 here in Minnesota. Sounding good here this afternoon. Well, it depends on interesting. But yes, we are just making contacts. I'll take either one of those. Both of those are fine by me. 5-7, 5-9, it don't matter. Both are fine reports. So thanks for the call from Florida. You're sounding good here in the Midwest. Have a great weekend. Yeah, that's real close to me. Oh, yeah, New Brighton is just up the road here from us in Maple Grove, so not too far. 73. This is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey Charlie, 28.333 QRZ. Oh, I always love a stroke Mike. Go ahead. All right, Delta 4, Whiskey Kilo, stroke Mike. Good afternoon, Wolf. Sounded wonderful from wherever you're at. I'll give you a report on the next go-around.
Roger. You're 5-9 out on the Atlantic Ocean. I'm on my way from the Caribbean island of St. Martin to the Azores. I'm on my way to Europe. And I still have about 800 miles to the Azores now.
Okay, QSL, and I guess 800 miles off the Azores. Very good. Yeah, you are about 5-6, 56 here in the northern United States. Beautiful signal, no problems whatsoever. What kind of ship are you on there, over?
It's a 50-feet sailing yacht, over.
Oh, fantastic, boy. Well, that's a fantastic thing to be on, I can imagine. What kind of antenna do you have on your boat there? What kind of antenna do you have rigged up on the boat? The antenna.
Yeah, it's just about 7-meter long with antenna at the stern of the boat. Good enough?
Oh, it's doing an awesome job for you. But then again, you got that salt water working in your favor. Are you just running 100 watts?
125 watts.
All right, 125. Well, very good. Thanks for the contact. I'll say 73. I'm always one of my favorite contacts to make is Marine Mobile. So I appreciate you hopping in there and saying hello. You sound great here in the northern United States.
Okay, it's probably a lot warmer here than it is with you.
Yes. I guarantee you, my camera's coming down again. Yes, I guarantee you it's warmer where you're at on the ocean there than it is here. Currently 13.1, 13 degrees Fahrenheit here, over.
Yeah, we have about 24 degrees Celsius.
So just a little bit warmer. Hi.
Okay, thanks for the nice contact. 73, and hope to talk to you again on the bed. Bye-bye.
All right, 73. I love a good Marine Mobile contacts. There we go. Middle of the Atlantic Ocean, making contacts on 10. That's the stroke Mike. So thanks so much there. DD4WK, stroke Mike, Marine Mobile. Take care. This is K0LWC, QRZ.
Kilo 4, Alpha November Echo.
Kilo 4, Alpha November Echo. Good afternoon, Dennis, 5-9, Minnesota.
Oh, Roger, I've got you about 20 over here into Florida today, so doing a great job with that rig you've got set up there. Just running, what am I running? 53 watts out of the radio today, that's all I got.
53 watts. Well, you got 53 watts and about 10 over S9 with them.
Well, heck, I can take that. Put up a new antenna, so we were just giving it a little bit of a test here. It's one of those Joe Gunn verticals.
Thanks so much, Richie. Really appreciate that. Thank you.
It's up at about 40 feet. Tip of it's about 60 feet. Thing's a tall antenna, but it seems to work great here on 10, 12, and 15. So I'm kind of enjoying that. Anyway, give me your call again. I didn't get it. I thought it was N6MM, but that may have been the other guy you were talking to.
Yep, that was the other guy. My call sign here is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, K0LWC.
All right, we got you that time. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
You got it, my friend. Thanks so much for stopping by to say hello, Dennis. Again, you sound fantastic here in Minnesota. So enjoy that weather down there in Florida. We'll try to survive here. The the temperatures keep plummeting every time I look over at my weather station. We're currently sitting at 12.7 degrees Fahrenheit here. So, you know, just a little bit colder than you all in Florida.
I wouldn't be dead. Yeah, I'm not used to that cold stuff. Yeah, we're probably at about close to 80 today, maybe a little more, but right in there. Anyway, I'm trying to get my last contact from my 50 states, so I'm looking for Wyoming out there today. So hopefully somebody from Wyoming will tee that thing up if they're not out there playing with sheep. Anyway, enjoy the propagation out there, buddy. We'll catch you a little later on. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. This is Kilo 473.
Yeah, there's more cows and steer up there in Wyoming than people, so you gotta be patient, Dennis. That's all I can tell you. They are out there, though, believe it or not. 73. I'll break there with KK4ANE. This is K0LWC, QRZ.
Kilo Golf 6, Mike Zulu Sierra.
Kilo Golf 6, Mike Zulu Sierra. Good afternoon, Eric. Beautiful signal into Minnesota. I will give you an official, more accurate report here on the next go-around.
Very good. Yeah, you're also doing really well here into Southern California. You're full honest 5.9, pushing 9 bars here on the FT DX10. And just trying out a new auto tuner, and thought I would give you a shout.
Yeah, what tuner did you pick up?
I picked up the LDG AT200 Pro 2, and it replaces an old
I have that in the closet here.
AT2K, which has failed for the third time, and I finally gave up on it.
Well, I can tell you what I know about that tuner. I have one in the closet, and I'm actually running the AT1000 Pro 2 right now. But I have an AT200, and I had it for years, and it's an imperfect tuner. It's not bad. It can be a little touchy, and you have to kind of dial it in by a few clicks here and there. But I had it for years. I ran 100 watts of FT8 for 10 hours a day, months on end, and it never gave me a lick of trouble.
Oh, that's encouraging to hear. And yeah, everything's kind of a compromise at that price point. I went
23 degrees. Oh, man.
Just because I do run FT8.
That's a little bit chilly.
I generally run 50, 60 watts.
I mean, here I am saying that, but it's 12 degrees.
Wasn't robust enough to handle that much duty cycle. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said I got the AT200 because I knew I was going to be doing a lot of digital for a long time. So I wanted the extra headroom that the 200 watt version of the popular 100 version gives you. So because a lot of people don't know that duty cycle difference, and then they end up melting stuff inside their tuner. So yeah, I had no problems with it. It's been great. Again, sometimes you just got to do a little bit of touch of capacitance up and down, but other than that, it's pretty good on the algorithm in terms of getting you pretty darn close. So I think you'll be happy with it. But yeah, you're 5 and 7, 57, and great audio here into the Twin Cities of Minnesota today.
Okay, very good. Well, thank you for the 5-7 from Minnesota. You have a great day, and
that's right, Martin. You'll never have too many.
And hopefully, I'll look for you again. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. This is Kilo Golf 6 Mike Zulu Sierra 73.
All right, 73, and enjoy that tuner. This is K0LWC QRZ.
Whiskey 9 India Charlie Kilo.
All right, let's go with the Charlie Kilo.
Yeah, Whiskey 9 India Charlie Kilo down in Florida. How copy?
Yeah, no problems whatsoever, Bob. It's funny. When you said W9ICK, I was like, I know that's not Midwest. I go, that person has to be in Florida. And sure enough.
Yeah, Roger. I'm just installing my mic on the radio here, so I have no idea how it's working.
Yeah, I said if that's just a random mic you threw on, you sound good. No problems. No RF, no issues whatsoever.
Okay, sure. So give me your call again, please.
Yeah, my call is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie.
Okay, I copy that. Thanks a lot for the QSL. By the way, you're 5'9" plus.
All right, thanks so much for the great 5'9" report. And yeah, Mike's working, so don't touch it too much because you got her working. 73.
73. Have a good day.
Kilo 8 Charlie Yankee Kilo.
This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. That's tough. There's a lot in there. Try it one more time. Let's pick up the Bravo November Foxtrot mobile station. Go ahead. All right, thanks so much, Randy. KJ6PNF from Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. You're about a 5-4, 54 here into the suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota today, Randy. Over.
Yes, you too. I'm glad to hear that. You're also 55, 56, 55 years in Whittier. I just left J-State, picking up my FT891 for repairs, so I wanted to check it out. Over.
Yeah, I would say it's having no issues, Randy. Sounds like a little RF in his audio, though. 73. QRZ?
Kilo November 4, uniform Mike Yankee.
Kilo November 4, uniform Mike Yankee. Good afternoon, Art. 5757 Minnesota.
Yeah, you're doing a 5.6 here. So my little 100-watt FTDX10 is doing its job. Good to hear you. And
nice, Richie. That's awesome.
Great to make a contact out there.
How am I sounding on the SDR, Tom? Yeah, I said, well, I was hoping for a little bit better. It seems like every report out of Florida is 5.9, but hey, I'll take a 5 and 6. We're running about 600 watts here into a doublet at 55 feet, so that's the operating conditions here. So I was hoping I was going to be a little hotter down your way, but I guess the conditions aren't cooperating.
Well, it is getting, the more you talk, it's moving up the meter, and you do get to a 9 on the S meter. But your audio is perfect, so it doesn't really matter. I'm just running a long wire out in the trees off this 100-watt radio, so we're not doing much here. Just
it's about 5.7 now.
It's a great radio, so I don't mind. I can pick up stuff that most people don't even they have no comprehension that it's there. So it's fun.
Yeah, I'd say it's doing good. No problems, Art. So thanks for the contact. We got you in the logbook here. And you're probably, I don't know, my 50th Florida contact here on 10 the last handful of days here. Just been a pipeline for pretty much all week long. So 73, Art, thanks so much for stopping by to say hello and enjoy that beautiful weather.
73. Yeah, it's going to get a little nasty this weekend, but we can handle that. It's just going to be some rain and 50-degree temperatures.
That's nothing.
Do, right? Nothing like you guys get. Great talking with you. Have a great weekend, and thanks for the contact. Hand for you, Mike.
Yeah, I was going to say, Art, that's nothing for us up here. It's currently 13 degrees, and the snowbanks are about 6 feet deep here at the end of the driveway, so that's nothing. 73, Art, thanks for the call. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie, 28.333 QRZ. The ending in Zulu, stand by. The Kilo Bravo 6.
Kilo Bravo 6, Kilo Papa, Kilo Bob out here in Orange, California. You're about a 5'7" out here on the West Coast, and I am so glad I don't live in Minnesota anymore. You can have that temperature in the deep freeze.
Yeah, it'll definitely thicken up the skin. There's no question about that. You're sounding good this way. You are 5 and 6, 56 here into the northwest side of the Twin Cities. So sounding good there from Orange, California. It makes me think of all the radio contesting I would always do and hearing people that would be in the contest saying orange, orange. Yeah, we are on 10 meters.
With extra appeal. I'm in
What's
the
going on,
county
Uncle
of
Bob?
Orange, the city of Orange. So there you go. I believe it's Matthew. You have a great signal out here. Good, awesome audio. If I got the right thing. And I grew up south of the Twin Cities.
Okay.
I have relatives all over that part of the country, and this time of year we text and send pictures, and we have a lot of fun harassing them. I usually hang out on a pier or something on the coast where the temperature gauge behind me says 65 degrees, and send them a quick picture.
I am a 28.333.
Have a great time up there. And stay warm. KB6KPK, Bob in Orange, 73.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. If I was living out there, I'd be giving people a hard time back here as well. Takes a crazy person to stay in this kind of environment. Uninhabitable, if you ask me, but it's where I'm stuck at. So 73. Kilo Bravo 6, Kilo Papa Kilo. I'll break with you. This is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie on 28.333 at QRZ. Oh, first one where I didn't get anything. If they did, they're very weak. So I'm going to put that in there. Yeah, it's the LDG tuners I've always run, been pretty happy with them. They've been pretty good to me. I can't complain. And yeah, Martin, 28.333 if you want to try to listen. Yeah, the Kilo 4, go ahead. Oh, I think I had two of you going. I think it was the Kilo Quebec 4, though. You were in there first. All right, is it Kilo Quebec 4 Alpha Juliet Delta? You seem to got a little bit of noise on your signal. I'm not sure what it is. It almost sounds like really, really harsh, almost like road noise, just like background noise. Could be maybe digital turned on. It's hard to say, but whatever it is, Matt, it's not Matt. Whatever it is, it's pretty harsh. So give it a second, check your settings, and then come back. But the other station that was in Foreland, Quebec. The Juliet Whiskey Quebec station, I'll pick you up first. Go ahead. And what was your prefix again there? All right, Kilo Oscar 4, Japan Whiskey Quebec. Yeah, you're 5'6", up here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. You're sounding good as well. Hey, we'll take it. Thanks for the call there from the East Coast of Florida. We were just down there around the hamcation time. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Boy, was it depressing to come back up here during the snow, but we'll be back soon enough. Oh, yes, absolutely. It's no fun. Not a fan. 73, David. All right, this is K0LWC, QRZ. All right, the last station, I think you're back in there, that was trying to give me a call there with the 4-call sign that had to check the settings. That station, go ahead.
Kilo 6, Quebec X-ray.
That certainly was better. What was going on there, Russ?
Well, I don't know. Everything's good here. You're coming in a solid 5.9 into Sacramento.
Thanks for the 5.9 in Sacramento, California. Yeah, you're sounding good here. You're about 5-5, 55 now. Boy, the first time you were 5-9, 59. So you're still good, but not quite as good. But still, great signal, no problem.
Yeah, the band seems to be flipping in and out on me. One time it's good, one time it's bad, and sometimes
Yeah,
it's
Uncle
not at
Bob,
all.
it's cold and lots of snow this year. Yeah, definitely a little QS Baker today. So I'll say 73. Russ, thanks so much for the call, and we'll catch you down the logbook. Have a good weekend.
Thank you very much. You too. 73 to you.
73. This is K0LWC on 28.333 QRZ.
Kilo 4, Papa Zulu.
The Papa Zulu station.
Yeah, this is Kilo 4, Papa Zulu in Orlando, Florida. My name's Jerry. You're 5'9" into Orlando.
Thanks so much for the 5'9". Jerry, you are 5'5", 55 in the suburbs of Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Sounds great. I heard you're on 600 watts. I'm only doing 100 watts, so getting a 5'5" sounds great.
Well, I'm going to put you up to 5'7" with the QS Baker brought you up. So, yeah, you're doing just fine. The difference there makes sense mathematically. So, yep, I think you're doing perfect. No problems whatsoever. But, yep, we are pushing about 600 watts here.
Great. Well, I hope you warm up there soon. We're about 80 degrees down here. So, thanks for the contact.
Thanks so much, and we'll catch you down there maybe at Hamcation one of the years. 73 K4PPZ K0LWC. Bye-bye. QRZ?
K4 Papa Zulu 73.
QRZ? That's funny, Uncle Bob. Oh, there's a weak Kilo 7 station. Kilo 7 again? Kilo 7, Tango, Kilo. Good afternoon, Tim. You're about 4-1. 4-1 here in Minnesota. Yes, I am. All right. Well, thanks so much for the great report. What are you running out there? What are your operating conditions, Tim? And what kind of antenna you got up? All right, fantastic. Well, I said it's doing a good job, all things considered, because you are making a trip. So have a great weekend out there on the West Coast. Good to hear you. 73. This is Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie QRZ. Oh boy, we finally got to the end of the pile. We'll turn it down here for a little bit. Yeah, I have always had LDG tuners. I'll go back to that tuner discussion a little bit. Always had LDG tuners. Was really happy with my AT200 Pro 2. I mean, I threw FT8 at that thing, 100 watts for literally thousands of hours. Never had a problem. LDG, it pretty much is the same. It's just beefier. It behaves the same way. It has the same quirks and little annoyances that the AT200 has. It's just bigger. And that's what I'm running now. I might get a Palstar in the future and swap out the LDG. It just depends how I feel. We'll see. But it's on the long list. It's not a absolute gotta have it right now. So, yeah, it was, not anytime soon. FJ, you just came out of the shack. Well, you got to go back in the shack, man. It's 10 meters. If you're on the West Coast, you should absolutely be able to talk to me. If you're Oregon, Washington, California, Arizona, Nevada, maybe even Utah, it should be prime time at this time of the afternoon. And I'm kind of waiting to see if I maybe start hearing some Japan stuff come in, because this is the time of day where Japan kind of starts to roll in, and that's always a lot of fun. I mean, when Japan's like really rolling, it's a lot of fun. So that's kind of what also I'm waiting for. Anybody in the comments? Oh, Michigan. Oh boy, I know right where we could be at then. If you can get in the shack, FJ, I know where we can go. It's going to be 40 meters all day long. 40 meters this time of day for us should be perfect to make contact. No problems whatsoever. That regional daytime stuff. So, but yeah, 10 meters has just been bonkers lately, which has been a lot of fun. Maybe we should try changing bands. Let's tune around a little bit. See what else we hear on 10, because I wanted to run that pile up, start calling CQ, because I tell that to a lot of newer hams, right? I don't know if it's like mic fright mixed with, I don't know, uncertainty. I'm not sure what it is. But if you just listen to the bands, you really don't know if they're open, because if everyone's doing the same thing and just listening, you may actually miss it. And the fact that it is open, but no one's saying anything. So never be afraid to set up and call CQ. I do it more often than not on 12 and 10, on 6, any band where I'm like, is this open? You know, software may be telling me it's open. Prediction may be telling me it's open, but it's quiet. It may be just that no one's talking. And if you throw out CQ, you can kind of get the ball rolling. So don't be afraid to call CQ. And not just like 1 or 2 calls. Like, sit for a good 10 to 15 minutes. And if you get nothing, it's probably a good idea then to move on. 6 meters was great today for you, Andy. I was seeing some pings on 6 meters too here. Which is great to see. It leaves me encouraged for the peak of the sporadic E season here in a couple months. Can't wait to get my 2-element antenna for 6 back up. I put it up temporarily in the summertime just for sporadic season, sporadic E. It's not up right now, but yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's right, Solar Cycle 25. It's shaping up to be a good one. I mean, we had that massive SFI spike, what was it, like a month ago, 3 weeks ago? It was huge, massive. What a flare that was. That was wicked crazy high. I forget what it was, like almost 300 or something, like ridiculous. Man, I mean, the next couple of years, 3 years, whatever it is, going to be fun. It doesn't take much on 10 meters, especially to work the world in the next couple of years here. Let's hear what 10 meters sounds like. Let's just take a listen and see if I can hear any DX out there from Asia. So let's bounce around here a little bit. Well, we got some trans-equatorial propagation coming in from down south. That's for sure. I'm hopeful, Andy, it's going to be just that good, man. This was supposed to be kind of like a so-so, but it's kind of shaping up to be a lot better than a lot of the analysts had predicted, which is good. Certainly not a bad thing. So here's some DX, but this is definitely South America. Also, we get a lot of trans-equatorial north-south propagation late afternoon as well. That's very common for us here. A lot of Brazil, Venezuela, Uruguay, Chile, a lot of that stuff. Here's a Whiskey 1 Alpha Whiskey portable station. AC8GF. Yeah, nice to meet you, FJ. What part of Michigan are you in? Here's some DX calling CQ. Let's see if we can pick this up quick. This sounds like South America, just based on accent. I don't know if someone's coming back to him or not. I hear a voice right in there at the noise. I kind of want to throw my call out. All right, I'm marking your word, Richie. I'm going to hold you to that. If it doesn't pan out that way, it's all your fault. Oh, yeah. Where you're at then, FJ, you'll be perfect, because I tend to do really well with stations, even on 20 meters. It's long enough, far enough away. If you're in the southeast, the southern part of Michigan, I can work it pretty easy. I don't know where this guy went. I want to throw my call out. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. He may have went QSY or QRT, one of the two. We're up about almost 28.500. There we go. There's a DX station. Let's wait to get the call sign. Here's Brazil.
November 9 Mike Sierra, 5-9 in Brazil. Good afternoon, my brother.
This guy sounds familiar. I think he's on a lot.
Many thanks for 5-9 in Pratt in North Carolina. You're 5-9 in Brazil. Thanks for calling me, my brother. PV8AL, November 9 Mike Sierra. Have a nice weekend.
I thought I recognized that voice. That's Helio. He's always out there. Helio's great. He's got a beautiful signal all the time into Minnesota. If you don't recognize Helio, he is out there a lot. He's great. Love Helio. Helio. We should pick him up pretty easy. He's about 5'5", a little bit of fading to 5'3". Let's see what we can get with Helio. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Oh, I missed the first call. Bummer. All right, we'll catch you later, Richie. Thanks for hanging out.
November Mike Foxtrot Whiskey 1 QSL.
Oh, see, I was waiting, but he didn't say QRZ, and I wasn't going to butt in. I try not to do that.
QSL again, and many thanks for calling me again. You band, you are 580 now in Brazil from New Hampshire. In 1 of November Mike Foxtrot.
A little bit of fade in there, boy. He's really dropping out there. Come on back, Helio. Come on back. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. I'm struggling today with this one. Usually Helio's pretty easy for me. That's how you got to do it, Martin. I try not to like work people that do that to me when I'm calling CQ because it just encourages more of it. He's kind of fading out here a little bit. Well, let's give him one more shot. That guy was just randomly throwing out his call sign, hoping on a dream there. And I'm just waiting for him to come back and say QRZ. He is in Boa Vista. Sounds like a Florida city. He is in the northern part of Brazil. He's hanging about S2, S3 right now. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. Well, that's a strong Brazil station there. Kilo 0 Lima Whiskey Charlie. I don't think we're going to make it to Helio. This other guy just came on top, but he doesn't even hear the other station. There's another Brazil station on frequency working here. So we'll move off of that one. So now if you're by your radio, or you can get into your shack, let's get interesting. So I'm going to go to 20 meters, because 20 meters, it's going to be just a very broad coverage, while 10 meters is going to be more spotlight, more specific. So let's jump to 20 meters. I'm going to have to retune everything, of course. So let me work on that. Yeah, Martin, I said, for me, back to the whole etiquette thing, you know, I try to wait for I want them to manage their pileup. But some people don't manage their pileups. It's like a free-for-all. And then it becomes worse and worse the more they let it go on like that. All right, so let's tune up here. Now I got to tune the amplifier. Get my amplifier cheat sheet. Here are my settings for my amp. Gotta always have that, right? Gotta have that piece of paper that I'll have sitting around for years and years and years. That's tube life for you when it comes to amplifiers. Don't have that problem on solid state. 4.2 and 9, so not that different. Now we gotta tune up the amp here. Get her all tuned up good. Find a free spot here. Turn down the old exciter power here. Okay. So if you're by your radio, or you can get in your shack, tune up on 20 meters, because that's where I'm headed. I just got to give the amp a little bit of cool down time here. Tune it up now. Okay. We'll do one more tune real quick, and we should be good. That's why having this cheat sheet is so really important, is because if you try to tune like from nothing every time, you're hammering your tubes for no reason. Whereas a cheat sheet, you're pretty much spot on. You just got to clean it up a little bit. Tubes are kind of annoying in that way for amplifiers versus solid state, but they are way more forgiving if you make a mistake. Granted, many solid state amplifiers have circuitry to prevent you from toasting your amp in record time, but still, tubes are much more forgiving if you're not used to running an amplifier. It's not a bad place to go for beginners for sure. All right, that's enough cool down time. Let's move off this a little bit. All right, I think we should be good. Okay. All right, that looks good. This looks good. Hit my own microphone. All right. Let's find a spot to set up here on 20. 20 meters looks busy. All right, what can we find? Yeah, I'm trying to find a spot here on 20, Don. Oh, my mic froze. That's a wonderful face I'm making. But that's purely because I'm getting a phone call, and I never turn my phone off before I go live, which I've yet to learn my lesson. It'll come back in a second, though. There's some DX. There we go. So there's some DX on 20. Sure sounds that way, at least. And you know what I've been hearing a lot of recently that's been driving people crazy? Not me crazy, but I can see why. What's going on, Chris? I've been hearing POTA stations set up on the SSTV frequencies on 20. Like, for whatever reason, POTA operators just don't know, like, the band plan, the gentleman's agreements of the frequencies, and they just like pick something random, and they're picking like 230 or 233. Boy, those SSTV folks get very grumpy very fast when they hear POTA stations anywhere around them. Typically, they won't say much. They will just start blasting a transmission over the top of you to get you to move. And if you don't, then they will interject and actually talk. I've been hearing that a lot lately. I don't know if any of you have ever heard that, but I've been hearing it a lot. Yeah, same thing for 300. People don't know that you just steer clear of 300. I just think it's because there's a lot of POTA stations that are, they not always, but a lot of them, there's a tendency, right, to be newer. It's an entry point for a lot of people to do POTA if they're newer. They like it. But yet then they don't know all those little details that you just learn with experience of being on HF over time. There's a massive signal. This guy's huge signal. 14287 is where I'm at here at this guy. Massive, massive signal. Let's see where this guy's at. So we're on 14.287. He's about 25 over. Holy smokes. Okay, Texas, that makes sense. 20 meters this time of day, Texas. Oh, yes. Whiskey 5, RRR. So this looks like it is a Johnson Space Center Amateur Radio Club contest, not contest station, special event station. W5ZM, what's going on? Yeah, he's about 20 over. He's kind of distorted, and it's not from the signal. It's his audio for sure. Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie.
Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, one more time.
Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie.
Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, or a 5-9 into NASA Johnson Space Center Amateur Radio Club in Houston, Texas, QSL.
QSL, thanks so much for the great report there to the Johnson Space Center. You are 20 over S9 into Minnesota.
Thank you for the 20 over into Minnesota. Thank you for calling in 73. Whiskey 5 Radio, QRZ.
There you go. So a special event station, 14287 for the Johnson Space Center. NASA on the Air, NOTA. Apparently, according to the profile here, W5RRR is one of 12 NASA club stations that are participating in NASA on the Air, or NOTA. You can put any letter in front of OTA and probably create a new thing. They are active to celebrate a variety of significant space exploration milestones, and you can get more information at nasaontheair.wordpress.com. Let's see here. So let's see what we got here. What is today? 3/17. So they're celebrating for March Vanguard 1, oldest man-made object still in orbit. A historic date of 3/17/58. I'm assuming that's probably when it launched, is my guess. So that's a special event station for NASA. 14287, just booming, 20 over S9. I'm curious if Don's by the radio. How strong do you have this station, Don? Because, I mean, they're a rock solid 20 over here.
Thanks, Mark, from Atlanta, Georgia. This is Jay from Houston, Texas. Thank you for calling in. Whiskey 5 Radio, QRZ.
Oh yeah, those ARRL stations have been everywhere. The VODA stations.
Number 9 Sierra Delta Lima, you're 5-9 into the NASA Job Space and Amateur Radio Club, QSL. Thank you for the 5-9 plus 20 into Wisconsin.
Big trucks on the air. That sounds interesting.
55 radio, next station.
5-9 here. Oh, you just got him down. I didn't even notice. Yeah, man, he's just booming. I mean, he's just holding steady at 20. He's not even fading like we saw in 10. All right, let's see what else we can find here on 20. Here's a Parks on the Air station. Speaking of POTA, 294. Sounds like a net here on 332. POTA station there. All right. Let's bring her down a little bit. Well, if this one opens up, I might take 14263. Let's see if this frequency opens up here. We might take it. Test. Are you guys leaving the frequency open here, or is there still some other stuff going on here on the frequency? I'm not hearing anything. Are you? So 14.263. So 14.263. I'm going to start calling CQ there. Okay. All right, let's go with the Kilo 4, the Kilo 4 again. Kilo 4, November Delta Zulu, another Florida station. That's all I can never work these days. 55, 55 Minnesota. Yeah, can you send us some of those warm temperatures this way? All right, thanks so much for the call, Nick. I do appreciate it. 73, have a great weekend down there. I'll break with K4NDZ. This is Kilo 0, Lima Whiskey Charlie, QRZ. Whiskey Bravo, was it 2? Tango Hotel Bravo? Thanks so much, John, for the 5-9 report. You are 5-7, 57 here in the Twin Cities of Minnesota. QSL? Yeah, first name here is Matt. Mike Alpha Tango Tango. We are 14263. Oh, it's doing a phenomenal job for you. Yeah, we're pushing about 650 watts here right now into a doublet at 55 feet, and we're running the ICOM 7300. So nothing too special, but glad to hear that it's doing a great job out to the East Coast today. Yep, I got you. No problem on this side. Yeah, well, I said we got 11.7 degrees. Every time I look over, it gets colder and colder, so that's just making me more depressed. So we'll try to stay warm up this way. 73, John, thanks for the call. Take care, 73. This is K0LWC, QRZ. The Delta Lima Charlie. Kilo November 4, Delta Lima Charlie, 5757 Minnesota. Thanks for the 5-9 report, John. You're sounding great here. The name is Matt, Mike Alpha Tango Tango. We're about 20 miles northwest of downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. All right, 73, Ron. Take care. KN4DLC, K0LWC. QRZ. Hey, thanks for singing out FJ73. Take care. The Victor Alpha 3. All right, Victor Alpha 3, Whiskey Bravo Kilo, QRP. Yeah, you're sounding good here in the northern U.S. with the QRP station. I'll be curious to see how much power you're running over. Oh, fantastic. Well, your 5 watts has given me a 5 and 5. 5 and 5 in Minnesota. So I would say your antenna is doing pretty darn good and is in good shape because you're 5.5 here. Oh, very good. And you said you're just starting a POTA activation. Was that right? All right. Well, hey, good luck on the POTA activation. Have fun with it. Certainly a busy day on the bands here, so enjoy yourself out there. 73, QRZ. Yeah, the Kilo Charlie 1. Got it. Kilo Charlie 1, Papa India Victor. You're 5'3", 53 Minnesota. Yeah, good to hear you on there. I showed the same thing in my logbook, so hopefully you guys have been staying warm and it hasn't been too bad out there in Connecticut for you. Over. Yeah, if you're looking for some snow, we got some of that for you. Take care, 73. We'll take one more call. This is Kilo 0, Lima, Whiskey, Charlie, QRZ. Kilo 8, Papa, Victor, Delta. Good afternoon. My old stomping grounds of Colorado. You're sounding great out here, Thomas. Really, really good. Just outside of Minneapolis, Minnesota. You got Matt here.
Yeah, QSL, Matt. It's interesting. I spent 24 years in St. Paul, Minnesota, working for the state, QSL.
Oh, what did you do for the state of Minnesota?
Crime Commission and Department of Corrections. I was a jail specialist with.
Oh, okay. Well, I said it seems like you had a long, great career and then thought better of it and decided to get out of the snow and head to Colorado. Not a bad choice.
Matt, I have to tell you, it might be the best climate out here. Go ahead.
Having lived in Colorado Springs and Denver for a decade, I would have to agree with you.
You know, first winter out here, I went motorcycling on January 1st. Go ahead.
Oh, I know what you mean. I had plenty of days where I'd be in the driveway washing my car when it's, the middle of January and it's 55, 60 degrees outside. So, snow is not that bad when it melts a day later.
Yeah, we have that solar snow shovel.
73. Take care. You're up to 5 and 9, so I'm going to revise you up. You're 59. By the way, what am I out there? I didn't grab it.
About a good solid 10 over 9, no QFC at all.
All right. Thanks for the great 10 over S9 report. I do appreciate it. 73, and enjoy those Rocky Mountain sunsets. Take care. All right. This is K0LWC QRT. Yeah, Martin, I know it's probably late over there. It's my dinner time as well here. So I'm going to jump off here. Take care, everybody. If you're, again, not following Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, it's all under K0LWC for all my stuff. Make sure you're following there. Got some really interesting content coming up about a super secret project that I'm going to be modifying my 7300 with. And if you're a 7300 owner, you're going to want to see this. Or if you have friends that have a 7300, this is going to be one of the hottest releases of hardware for this alpha testing that I'm doing that has come out, I think, probably ever, honestly, for the 7300. It's that good. So stick around for that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell. That way you can keep track of that good 7300 content I have coming. So if you're not subbed, do that now. Thanks for all the thumbs up, the loves, the comment, hanging out. Have a good weekend. Tomorrow's the Hamfest for me, so I'll have some more stuff coming out about that. Pictures, videos from the Hamfest tomorrow. So, Don, I'll see you tomorrow, and we'll catch you all later. 73.